Welcome to everyone. Have you ever felt a strange hollowness after achieving a goal you fought for? That promotion you sacrificed sleep for, the degree you poured your soul into, the financial target you thought would finally make you feel secure. You stood there, at the finish line you drew in the sand, expecting a tidal wave of fulfillment to wash over you, and instead you felt nothing, just a quiet whisper of, "Is this it?" And almost immediately, your eyes darted to the next horizon, to the next bigger, better goal, convincing yourself that this asterisk one, will be the thing that makes you feel complete. This feeling of being perpetually unsatisfied, this quiet void that follows every achievement, is not a sign that you need to accomplish more. It is the symptom of a silent mental sabotage. A single thinking mistake so subtle, so ingrained in our psychology, that we rarely ever see it for what it is. We blame ourselves. We think we're ungrateful, or that we're broken, that we simply don't know how to be happy. But that is a lie. The truth is, you are suffering from a broken internal compass, one that mistakenly points all your hopes, all your validation, all your sense of self-worth to a point in the future that does not exist. This mistake is the reason you feel like you're running on a treadmill, putting in immense effort, sweating, straining, but never actually getting anywhere. It's the reason you look at others who have what you want and wonder why they seem happy, and you know, deep down, that if you had it, you still wouldn't be. This is the engine behind imposter syndrome, that chilling feeling that you're a fraud and soon everyone will find out. Because if your success is always a future event, you can never truly feel successful now. You are forever in a state of becoming and never in a state of being. You are living your life on deferral, putting down a deposit on a happiness you never actually get to move into. And this constant state of lack, this feeling of never quite being enough, of your life not quite being enough, is quietly killing your momentum. It drains your energy before you even start your day. It turns passion into pressure. It transforms exciting challenges into anxiety, inducing obligations. It sucks the joy out of the very journey that is supposed to be your life. But what if you could identify this single error? What if you could understand the simple, neurological reason your brain keeps playing this trick on you? Imagine the sheer relief of finally knowing it wasn't you. It was a program running in the background of your mind, a program you didn't even know was installed. And today, that program gets deleted. By the end of this, you will see the entire architecture of your ambition in a new light. You will be given a key, a very real practical key, to unlock a new way of thinking that doesn't just lead to achievement, but to a deep, lasting satisfaction within the achievement itself. This isn't about lowering your ambitions. It's about upgrading your experience of them. It's about building a success that feels the way you always hoped it would, from the very first step you take. This is the missing piece, and it starts by giving this silent saboteur a name. That name is destination addiction. It is the unconscious, compulsive belief that your future destination, that next goal, that next milestone, that next acquisition, is the ultimate answer to your happiness and self-worth. It is the relentless habit of putting your life on hold until you reach a certain point you've decided in your mind qualifies as success. Think about the language you use. I'll be happy when I get the promotion. I can relax once I hit my sales target. I'll feel confident after I lose 20 pounds. This isn't just positive thinking about the future. This is a dangerous postponement of your life. You are effectively telling yourself that your present moment, with all its effort, its learning, its growth, is worthless. It is merely a means to an end, a difficult hallway you have to suffer through to get to the room called success. But what if the hallway is the entire house? What if you've been missing the point entirely? This addiction is so seductive because it feels like ambition. It feels like drive. It wears the mask of productivity. But it is a psychological trap, and your own brain is complicit in setting it. Neuroscience reveals a powerful truth. Your brain's primary reward chemical, dopamine, is not primarily released when you achieve a goal. It is released in anticipation of it, in the pursuit. The chase itself is what feels thrilling. The moment of arrival, however, is often met with a chemical drop. This is why the thrill of a new car fades in a month, why the new title at work feels normal after a few weeks. Your brain is designed to constantly look for the next reward, the next source of dopamine. It's a survival mechanism that kept our ancestors striving for more food, better shelter. But in our modern world, this ancient wiring has been hijacked by destination addiction. You achieve one goal, get a small hit of satisfaction, and then your brain, wired for more, immediately starts scanning for the next target, making the achievement itself feel hollow. You are caught in a loop, constantly feeding a hunger that can never be satisfied by external arrival. This is the source of that emptiness. This is why you feel like you're on a treadmill. You are running for a finish line that, by the very design of your own neurology, will disappear the moment you get close to it. You set a goal, you run toward it, and just as you're about to cross, the goal moves another mile down the track. So you run harder, and it moves again. You are in a race you can never win because the victory condition is an illusion. You are teaching your nervous system that you are perpetually incomplete, that you are not enough yet. This state of constant lack generates a low-frequency anxiety that becomes the background static of your entire life. It drains your creative energy. It makes the work feel like a burden because the reward is always out there, never right here. It kills motivation because the path feels long and the destination never gets any closer. You burn out not from the work itself, but from the weight of the meaning you've assigned to it, the crushing pressure for this one goal to finally be the thing that makes you feel whole. But it was never the goal's job to make you whole. That was always your job, and it can only be done right here, right now, in the only moment you ever truly have. But this is where everything changes. This is the moment you take back control, because understanding the trap is the first step to disarming it. You now hold the key, and that key is not about stopping your ambition. It's about transforming your relationship with it. It's a shift from being destination, addicted to being path, engaged. It's realizing that success was never a distant peak to be summited someday. Success is the quality of your climb. It's the strength you gain with each step. It's the focus in your eyes, the rhythm of your breath, the lessons learned from a misstep. The peak is merely a direction, a compass point. But the climb, that is your life, that is where you exist, that is where your power is. When you make this mental flip, a profound alchemy occurs, the pressure dissolves, the anxiety that came from attaching your entire worth to a future outcome simply evaporates. Because your worth is no longer on the line, your worth is demonstrated in the very act of showing up. It is proven by your commitment to the process itself. The goal becomes a compass, not a cage. It guides you, but it does not imprison you in a state of perpetual not yet. This is how you hack your own biology. You redirect your focus from the dopamine hit of the potential future to the serotonin and oxytocin of the present moment. You find deep satisfaction in the craftsmanship of your work. You feel the pride of consistency. You build self-respect not from a trophy, but from the undeniable knowledge that you are the kind of person who does the work. This is a sustainable fuel. This is a renewable source of energy. Dopamine chases always end in a crash, requiring a bigger and bigger fix. But the satisfaction of mastery, of growth, of presence, that creates a steady, burning flame that can power you for a lifetime. The work stops being a means to an end and becomes the end itself. And in that shift, you find a freedom you never thought possible. You are no longer a hostage to a future you cannot control. You are the architect of your present moment. You can find joy in the struggle because the struggle is no longer the enemy. It is the training ground. It is the forge where your character is tempered. The challenge is no longer a barrier to your happiness. It is the very substance of it. This is the secret of every truly great performer, artist, and innovator. They are obsessed with the process. They fall in love with the daily practice. The outcome is almost a secondary byproduct. They understand that excellence is not an act, but a habit. Their identity is not "I am a success because I achieved X." Their identity is "I am a success because I engage fully with my work." This is how you build an unshakable foundation. When your self-worth is tied to your actions in the present, actions you completely control, it cannot be shaken by external results. A failed project does not destroy you because your value was in the effort, the learning, the courage to try. It becomes data, not defeat. This mindset makes you resilient. It makes you fearless. You stop waiting for the perfect conditions to be happy, to feel successful, to begin. You realize the perfect condition is now. This moment, this breath, this decision to pour everything you have into the one thing right in front of you. The future will be built by these moments, not by a single, distant, dramatic event, but by 1,000 small, intentional, passionate actions taken today and tomorrow and the day after that. Your legacy is being written not in some far-off conclusion, but in the sentences you are crafting today. Make them powerful, make them true, make them a reflection of the value you decide to bring to this very second. So the question is no longer what your goal is. The only question that matters now is this: what does loving the path look like for you today? Not tomorrow, not when you feel motivated, not when things get easier. Right now. It means finding the silent victory in the first hour of work before the world is awake. It's the deliberate choice to be fully present in a conversation instead of mentally rehearsing what you need to do next. It's the conscious decision to feel pride when you complete a small, mundane task with excellence, because that excellence is who you are, not just what you do for a reward. This is how you reclaim your power from the illusion of the destination. You withdraw your investment of hope from the future, and you reinvest it entirely in the quality of your present moment attention. You begin to measure your success not by your proximity to a finish line, but by the depth of your engagement with the process. Did you learn? Did you grow? Did you push past a previous limitation? These are the true metrics of a life well lived. They are available to you every single day, regardless of external results. This is the ultimate rebellion against a culture that screams at you to constantly want more, to rush, to skip steps to get there faster. It is a quiet revolution fought in the mind of one person at a time. Your mind, it is choosing to find the extraordinary woven into the fabric of the ordinary day. It is realizing that the magic was never held in the outcome. The magic is held in your ability to be utterly captivated by the step you are taking. This is where flow state lives. This is where genius whispers. This is where you find not just success, but significance. A life of significance is built on a series of meaningful moments, not a single monumental achievement. It is built on the patience to master a craft, the courage to be vulnerable in the attempt, and the wisdom to appreciate the journey for the profound teacher it is. The goal will change, it will evolve. You will outgrow it, but the person you become by wholeheartedly committing to the path, that is permanent, that is your true reward. The world will try to pull you back. It will measure you by your titles, your possessions, your visible accomplishments. It will ask you what you have achieved, but you will have a new answer, one that comes from a place of unshakable inner peace. You will measure your achievement by the fire in your own heart, by the curiosity in your mind, by the integrity in your actions. You will know that you are successful because you are fully alive in the process of creating your life. You are no longer waiting for your life to begin. You are in it. You are it. Every single day is a canvas, and you are the artist. The goal is simply the theme of your current masterpiece, but the real art is in every single brushstroke, the blending of the colors, the texture of the paint, the energy in your hand. That is where the beauty is found. That is where you find yourself. Stop postponing your joy. Stop delaying your satisfaction. The finish line is a mirage. The path is the only reality, and it is right here, beneath your feet, waiting for you to finally, truly walk it. This is your awakening. This is the moment the compass resets. You are not starting over, you are starting from now. With a new vision, the horizon is still there, but now you understand its purpose. It is not a place to reach, it is a direction to guide your journey. Your energy is no longer drained by the distance to the goal, but is fueled by the power of your next step. That step is everything. It is the only thing you ever truly control, so make it count. Infuse it with intention. Pour your full presence into that single movement, then the next, then the next. This is how you build a life that feels successful long before the world recognizes it. This is how you build a legacy from the inside out. The external rewards may come. They often do when you are passionately engaged in the process, but they will simply be confirmations of what you already know. They will be echoes of the victory you have already claimed in your own heart each day. The trophy, the title, the bonus, they become souvenirs from a journey you deeply loved. They are not the source of your pride. The source is the person you had to become to earn them, the resilience you built, the focus you mastered, the fears you faced down. That person is your greatest creation, and that person is forged entirely on the path, never at the destination. So from this moment forward, your definition of success is permanently rewritten. It is no longer a noun, it is a verb. It is the act of showing up. It is the courage to begin. It is the discipline to continue. It is the openness to learn. It is the willingness to fail. It is the commitment to try again. Success is the look in your eyes when you stare at a challenge and know that you will grow from it, regardless of the outcome. It is the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are aligned with your purpose right now, not someday. This is the truth that sets you free from the endless chase. You are already enough. Your journey is already valid. Your efforts are already worthy. The destination was a distraction from the real work, which was always to fall in love with the process of becoming, to embrace the beautiful, messy, unpredictable, and glorious journey of growth. That is where life is. That is where you find not just success, but satisfaction, not just achievement, but wholeness, not just a goal, but yourself. The path is calling. It has been calling all along. Now you know how to listen. Now you know how to walk it. The world did not need you to arrive at some distant finish line. The world needs you to be fully engaged in the race. It needs your focus, your energy, your unique presence poured into the now. Because the now is where problems are solved. The now is where connections are made. The now is where art is created and where healing begins. Your obsession with a future destination was a withdrawal from the bank of the present moment. It was a debt you were creating for your future self to pay, a debt of missed moments, of overlooked joys, of relationships half attended to. That debt is now forgiven. The ledger is wiped clean. Your only responsibility, your only true measure of success from this day forward, is the quality of your attention to the task, the conversation, the breath right in front of you. This is not a small thing. This is the entire game. When you bring your whole self to the present, you are not just working, you are building a cathedral. Every email sent with care is a stone placed with intention. Every patient conversation with a loved one is a beam of support. Every moment of focused effort is a window that lets the light in. You are constructing a life of meaning, and the construction site is always today, always this hour, always this minute. You have been given a great gift, the awareness of the trap. Most people live their entire lives inside the invisible walls of destination addiction, wondering why the air feels so thin, why their achievements taste like dust. But you now see the walls for what they are, an illusion. And because you see them, you can walk right through them. The first step is a decision, a declaration to your own mind that you refuse to postpone your life for one more second, that you will find the meaning in the mundane. You will find the challenge in the ordinary. You will not ask what the moment can do for you, but what you can bring to the moment. This shift in perspective is the most powerful force you will ever wield. It turns duty into devotion. It turns work into a craft. It turns life into a prayer of action. You stop being a passenger on a train rushing toward a station called someday, and you become the engineer, the conductor, and the landscape outside the window all at once. You are in charge. You are here. You are alive. This is your new reality. It starts not with a giant leap, but with a quiet breath, a conscious choice to be here, now, to feel the keyboard under your fingers, to hear the hum of the computer, to see the screen in front of you. This is your life, not later, now, and in this now you have a choice, to drift back into the autopilot of lack, of wanting, of waiting, or to anchor yourself firmly in the power of this single, irreplaceable moment. Choose to engage. Choose to find one thing in this task that you can pour your curiosity into. Choose to find one thing in this room you are grateful for. This is not positive thinking. This is power thinking. It is the deliberate redirecting of your mental energy from a fictional future to the palpable present. This is how you take the wheel. This is how you silence the noise of never enough and listen to the signal of always now. The journey is not ahead of you. It is happening beneath your feet. It is the ground you stand on, and it is asking for your attention, not your anxiety, not your ambition, just your attention. Give it that. And watch everything change.